UFC 204, back on home soil again. How much does it mean to you? I mean, you've been in this business for a long time. You've had some fights on home soil before. How much does it mean to you at this stage in your career to be able to come back on such a big show like this and still be able to bring so many fans along and watch you fight?
It's great, as in obviously when there's any show in the UK, I always put my name in the hat to be on it. This one is a little bit different. I was actually meant to be fighting in Hamburg, Germany, and then this card then came about, and they asked me if I wanted to be on this card, but I didn't want to swap it anyway because I had a lot of friends and family who were going to come out to Hamburg, Germany to watch me. So for me, I had to stick to my guns. But unfortunately, during my camp, I had picked up a little injury. It made not fighting on that show impossible, just not ideal. So I thought I owed it to myself, my opponent, and the fans that I turned up in shape. And that's why it made sense to push it back to Manchester. And man, I love fighting in the UK. It's like it's my home, and this is where I believe my brand is better for me to fight on home soil to build my brand. And yeah, I've always, even just Europe, always like fighting on the European. Even though I go out to America and train, but I do actually prefer coming back to Europe and fighting over here.
How have you managed this whole situation with the time difference? Obviously, you train at ATT in Florida, right? And the fights this weekend are kind of at US time. So how are you managing the sort of time difference? Are you back on UK time? Are you kind of in between? How are you dealing with it?
It's weird. It's because I came back 2 weeks before the fight. Because I come back from my son's first birthday. I won't get to miss that for anything in the world. And so I actually climatized. I'm back. I feel back in UK time. But while I've been here in the hotel, I've been training late at night and trying to sleep in as long as I can. But at the end of the day, to be honest with me, I don't think it made much difference. I'll be able to fight if it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock at night, no matter what. I'm not going to forget how to fight. And so no matter where it is, it could be in the car park or in the stadium. I know how to fight, and I don't think I'm going to, in between rounds, go back to my corner and go, oh, where's my pillow? Let me have a little snooze. I'll be able to fight. Adrenaline's going to be pumping so much, so I'll be fine.
And everyone knows your nickname is One Punch. What's been your most rewarding or the most satisfying win for you inside the UFC? I mean, you've had loads of fights.
Yeah.
I mean, include your WEC fights as well if you want, but I'm thinking more UFC really.
Well, okay, two stand out to me in my whole Zuffa career. It was my WC debut fighting in Vegas, because obviously when I got to any sort of level in fighting, there's a couple of bucket lists I wanted to. One, I wanted to fight in Vegas, and the second one was to fight in Japan. So when I got the call to fight in Vegas, it was a dream for me, and then to fight in the WC and win by a really rare submission, like a proven necktie, and get a bonus on that was awesome. But I say for my UFC thing, my UFC would be my knockout with Yves Jabron in Nottingham, because the name like One Punch, you have to live up to it once in a while, so that was great. And obviously after my first outing in the UFC, fighting Henan Barrow didn't go my way, I wanted to do it for the UK fans, and I believe with that performance I did.
As a fighter, tell us what it actually feels like to actually knock somebody out, because it's not something that everyone gets to experience in their life. This is your job, so this, and that knockout in particular was a proper one punch knockout. So what does it feel like when you actually connect with a knockout punch? What goes through your mind and your body?
We're in a very alpha sport, and you can go win a fight, win a decision, and all that sort of stuff. But I guess when you knock someone out, it's kind of like there's absolutely no area of doubt. The decision my last fight was a close split decision. He won that fight. But this one, when you knock someone out cold, there's absolutely you can't say anything. So it is a real. And I'm not weird to say this. I'm not really a violent person. I'm an athlete, and I like sports. So I'm very competitive. That's why I compete in fighting. But it is a weird thing to get. You feel great. You get, it's amazing feeling, but then also afterwards I do feel a little bit, is he okay, is he alright, because I don't wish harm on anyone, to be honest.
And you've been in this sport a very long time, you've got a young family now.
Yeah.
What's the end game for you? Where do you see yourself in, say, 12 to 18 months time?
I'm not really too sure, and at the moment I'm still trying to figure that out myself, I've been in the sport for such a long time, and I've made a career out of this. Then when I first started, it wasn't even a career. And I've got to the stage now where I'm earning good money, and when I look at myself as a job, it's like, yeah, I'm earning good money as a job. So like, as long as I feel like physically I can still do this, and I can compete at this level, not just not getting there and fight, but compete and win at this level, I'm going to stay within my job, you know, and I'm not going to put any time scale on that. I'm not going to do what like Neil Series do when he says, okay, right, I'm definitely going to fight and retire them. Because what happens if he goes out there and fights Ian McCall, who's like ranked number 3 in the world, knocks him out in 2 minutes, and then he's like, or maybe I shouldn't have said that, but you know, you never know, because like, I love my job, you know, I love the company, I love the UFC. Obviously I do think once I do decide to, because obviously I can't fight forever as I wish I could, but you know, once I do decide, I'd like to work for the UFC in some way. I believe I do have a lot to offer. Within my career, I've been around for a long time, seeing the sport evolve, and I think I've got a lot to put back and give back, which as I do with running my own show, coaching, I love coaching as well. So there's a lot of avenues that can go down, and it's about planting those seeds now for when I do decide to hang up my gloves.
And last one from me, Iuri Alcantara this weekend, change of opponent from Henry Briones, who was going to be your original opponent. How do you see this fight panning out on Saturday?
It's a really tough one to say, because fighting is a crazy sport. You know, it surprises me every time I watch a fight. You know, but I can see him. He's a strong start, fades, so he's dangerous at the start, but I believe I'm dangerous throughout. You know, so I can see me winning the decision or knocking him out or submitting within the time frame. But I believe I have more ways of winning the fight. But his advantage, I'd say, would just be in the first round, because he comes out pretty crazy.
It's been great to follow your journey all the way through fight camp. It's been a longer fight camp than we expected.
Yeah.
But we've got there to fight night now, and all the best. Hope it goes well for you.
Thanks, guys.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot.